Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Three Idiots in a Room. This is a show where there's not really a goal, except to entertain you in ways that might seem very stupid to the normal person, but to us it seems normal, I guess. So yeah, basically that's what this and every episode is going to be. We usually have more people on, but today we were only able to get two of us in here, so let's introduce ourselves, I guess. If you want to go first.
Yeah. My name is Nicholas Vandevort, or just call me Nick for short. And yeah, this here is my companion, Mr. Who's a What's a Baba. That's his middle name. We address him as Mr. Middle Name.
Yes. But if you do not like calling me Mr. Middle Name, my name is Chris Janke. And you're watching this for reference on the real official C.A.F.E. So I think that's enough formalities. Let's get right into it.
So I like how what we're called, Three Idiots in a Room? And
yes.
We've already proved our idiocy because it's only two of us, so we don't even know how to count. Great start, I like to say, to this aspiring podcast.
Yes, we are really hitting it out of the park, aren't we?
Leaving good taste in the mouth. Speaking of taste, I just had lunch. My roommate cooked up a pizza, and I just happened to walk in when he was done cooking it. I think he overcooks a lot of things, because I've been to that thing, and just the amount of crunch from that crust was not normal, I tell you. We also just have a pretty crap oven, so I don't know if I can blame him necessarily, but
I know what you mean with like crap cooking, where our microwave has been broke for years, and my parents, they refuse on getting one because it costs too much money, yet my mom will spend like hundreds of dollars a month on a pyramid scheme.
Wait a minute, is she actually doing a pyramid scheme?
Yeah, this whole Juice Plus thing. If you haven't heard of Juice Plus, it's like this supposed miracle pill that has all these fruits and vegetables in it. You take it every day, you're supposed to feel really great, it's supposed to cure all your problems. Never worked for me, but it's basically a pyramid scheme. Because
Now I gotta look this up.
Yeah, she got recruited by someone as a distributor, and then she goes around trying to sell it to people and get them to be distributors. And every time someone joins her team, they get she gets a check in the mail that's like a pay raise.
Okay, I'm looking it up.
It's actually one of the worst things she's ever done. And, she also has this thing called the Tower Garden. It's from the same company. And boy, oh boy, is that a piece of shit.
Okay, so Juice Plus is not a pyramid scheme. It is possible for distributors to make money by selling the products. However, Juice Plus is similar to a pyramid scheme in disguise, because it's only really possible to make good money by recruiting people.
Exactly.
So they basically made it a loophole so you could technically make money, but okay. Well then why the hell is your mom in a pyramid scheme? Get her out of there, man.
She doesn't know she's in a pyramid scheme. My dad doesn't know she's in a pyramid scheme. None of them know they're in a pyramid scheme because it's been disguised so well. But like me and all of the people that I've talked to about it, we all know there's a pyramid scheme because we aren't buying into that crap.
They say if you look at the Janke household from the right angle, it's a pyramid in disguise. It's all pyramids. The entire world.
Actually, if you go down into our basement, you'll find, you know how the old pyramids of Giza, they had like that golden eye on top of them?
The Horus, Eye of Horus, yeah.
Yeah, that just disappeared.
Wait, it disappeared? Like,
Yeah, it's like, it's not on top of there anymore, I don't think. Because I know for a fact that if you go down in my basement, you'll find one of them, which is sort of fueling the fire of the pyramid, you know, so that when you look at it from that angle, like you said, you know, it just shows up.
whoa, man.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Why haven't you moved out yet, you know? Even the streets sounds kind of better than that. Like, I'm joking, I'm joking.
Of course you do.
I actually, no joke, I thought it would be interesting to try living as a homeless person for like 3 days or something. Cause back in like late May, early June, with some of the COVID shit that was going on, I was getting less hours at work, and I actually had one period of time where I was not working for 6 days in a row. And there would just be massive gaps in between my shifts, and I was thinking to myself at the time, you know, well, I forget what exactly spurred this. No, I remember now, because I saw if you look out our balcony at our apartment, there's a big dumpster just out there, and
yeah,
there plenty of people dumpster dive through it, and I just happened to be sitting out on the balcony reading a book as two people were dumpster diving one time. And I kind of thought to myself, you know, I feel like it would be interesting to go homeless for a few days, see what that's like. Never have gone through with that plan yet, but I still think that would be interesting to take on at some point.
You probably could make like a pretty good film project out of that. You know.
I don't know if I'd want to. It would be a neat film idea. I guess kind of a documentary kind of thing.
Yeah. There's actually a documentary I watched. It's by the same guy who directed the movie The Room. Have you heard of that movie?
It's only the worst movie ever. Who hasn't heard of it? I mean...
Yeah, that probably goes without saying. But he directed a movie called Homeless in America, and I actually watched part of it. It was really interesting. It's like about the homeless community out in California and, you know, in areas like San Francisco and stuff like that.
What kind of things did you pick up from it, or do you remember?
From what I do remember, it was a lot of, you know, they were kind of talking about how they got in the position they were in, you know, and surprisingly, a lot of people were just born into it. Like, you know, their parents weren't in good positions when they were born, or something like that. A lot of it was drugs. A lot of it was, you know, they just didn't want to work. They didn't want to own a home. You know, it was a really interesting thing. It was kind of an interesting character study about the human condition.
All right, that does sound intriguing. That reminds me, you said it was in California?
Yeah.
Where were they living?
Just like on the streets, they had like all these. They weren't really trailer parks, but they were by bridges and stuff, and it was big plots of land where they were all congregating in tents and things like that.
Okay, I had the wrong place in mind. A few days ago, I learned about this community of homeless people that live in Las Vegas sewers. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's actually an extensive, like, underground community of a bunch of people. If you go on to like Google right now and you just search up homeless sewers Las Vegas or whatever, and then go to images, you'll see a bunch of it.
Yeah, I'm looking that up.
And I just thought that was, like, the fact that they're not even living on the street, they choose to go into the sewers because they feel like that's a better option for them.
Damn. Yeah, I'm looking at some of these pictures. It's really interesting.
So, I don't think I'd find anything like that around here. But I still
Not
think
in,
it would be intriguing for, if only a few days, to just kind of wander around and maybe only limit myself to like $20 or something.
oh yeah, yeah.
No showers, no nothing.
I might have to do that with you if you do that.
Come up here sometime then, huh?
I'll just ride my bike up to where you live.
That's God. I feel like Mitch and I discussed that one time.
I was there because we were in the Dairy Queen. Remember?
Yeah, for clarification for the listeners, Mitchell Burr, he's my best friend from high school, good friend of Chris as well. We all went to high school together. Mitch and I have graduated, and Chris is a senior. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a senior.
Yeah. I still know my stuff. Chris and Mitch still live in the same town. I moved away for college. Anyways, we got that out of the way. How long was it again for? Because I felt like we talked about meeting halfway or something. It's definitely
Yeah.
a ways though.
How long did you say it was by car?
It is damn near 5 hours. I think maybe closer to 4 hours 45 minutes, but still, I round it up to 5 hours because that's a better expectation, especially if you need to stop for gas or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think, yeah, if we were to bike, it would probably like take a day and a half.
Let's see. Oh, 29-hour bike ride, and you know it calculates that assuming you'll never stop. So either you go without stopping for 29 hours, or I reckon it takes you about 3 days.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah,
I have
10
a
hours
friend
of biking.
that's walked all the way from where we live now up to Caryville, and he tried to find a payphone so he could get a ride back, but he couldn't find a payphone, so he had to walk out of Caryville all the way to Rock Falls. And after that, he bought a bike, and he bikes everywhere now, so he doesn't have to walk.
I would hope you learn your lesson after that one, huh?
Oh yeah.
I remember the story about this guy who was walking from some part of America all the way down to like Brazil for the World Cup, is it called? Like the big soccer tournament that happens every like 2 years.
Yeah, the World Cup.
Yeah, I think the gimmick was that he was gonna like kick a soccer ball all the way down there and then make it just in time to watch the event. Unfortunately, he got hit by a car along the way, so he never completed that journey.
Really?
Yeah, but
Oh, that sucks.
yeah, so I keep thinking about that sometimes, like, because I remember having a fantasy about wanting to walk in a straight line in a certain direction and seeing what I'll find, but maybe what I'll find is death, you know? So,
That's kind of an interesting thought, though, you know, because we wake up every morning and, you know, we think we have a plan in mind, but just for instance, I was out running the errands before this today, and, you know, there was a truck that just came just right out of nowhere. You know, he could so easily hit me because I was almost right there. You know, you never know what's going to happen.
I think I had an experience like that. It was actually uncanny. Last year, I was working over there at UPS, summer job. There was this. His name was Garrett. He was a coworker of mine. He stopped showing up after just suddenly, without calling in sick for a few days. And we found out sometime next week that he had actually died. Not sure how, but like, I don't know, it was just weird that I didn't know him all that well, but the fact that there was someone who I had talked to that I would never see again, that was kind of a hollowing thought. And as I pulled out that morning to, head back home, first intersection I get to, I start to cross it, and this big truck barrels down, doesn't stop at first because it doesn't see the red light or something.
Yeah.
Almost hit me on the side.
Oh, damn.
So, 2 reminders of my mortality in the span of one morning. It was one hell of a day, I tell you. Pun unintended.
Yeah, it's kind of weird with mortality because, like we both said, we just never know.
Hello, Zach. How are you?
Did you bitches hear me a few times?
I don't know if I closed the door, but
Yeah. I was
So-
thinking about weekly mornings are fun.
So this is the infamous Zach.
yep, the infamous Zach indeed.
Yeah, y'all are gay. I'm just kidding.
I'm very gay.
Yeah, he's half right on that one.
Wait, I'm actually gay?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit, who?
Chris here.
Hello.
I didn't mean it.
Well, technically bisexual, but
Have fun over there.
No, but we're trying to work.
Okay. See you around.
and that was our special guest, unintended.
Yeah, that was the third idiot. See, we knew how to count all along. It just had to wait for it, folks.
That's how we do it on C.A.F.E.
We probably could have him on as a more official guest later. I'm sure he'd be willing.
Sure of
But
it.
for the time being.
It's just us talking for God knows how long.
You said an hour, but I don't know if we're going to be able to keep up substantial conversation for an hour. Like, that seems like a daunting task. I'm going to be honest.
I know. I think it works better with two people, with more than 2 people. Maybe the first episode should just be 30 minutes.
I like how we're talking about this while we're recording. But
Yes, this is a very, very well thought out thing that's been planned.
we don't even have like a base topic to ground ourselves in. Maybe we should establish that at some point.
Yes.
Like, okay, we're 3 idiots, right? Like, do we just talk about stupid shit? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like one thing I was thinking about this like yesterday. What's the point of animals? Like anyway.
What is this the punchline for a joke or like an actual question?
Yes, this is actual question because like, what's the point of them? I mean, there's obviously us. We got to run the world, but like, why do we have animals? What's the point of it?
Wow, this is so egocentrically human. I cannot even comprehend. Do you think God chose us as like, oh yeah, this is the only species that's gonna matter? Or
I think so. I think so. Because think about it. What does a dog contribute to the world? What does it
okay, why go through the effort of making so much meaningless shit if assuming there is a creator to begin with, like if we're gonna get into that discussion.
I don't think that's a discussion we want to get into. I'm just saying, like, what's the point of having an animal at all? Because, like, technically we don't really need to eat them, so they're not here for that. We can all just be vegetarian.
I would disagree on that one.
I
I think my roommate would too. He
See, like, I disagree on that too, but if there were no animals around and we just had to eat vegetarian, like, there would nobody to
okay, yeah. Hypothetically, if we were the only species on Earth, and there were no other species for us to eat to begin with, then we'd evolve to only need the nutrients that we had access to. I agree with that.
Right.
What I disagree with is saying that there is no point at all for other animals. Because think about it. If we were the only species on Earth, we'd have to do everything that all other life does to help contribute towards, like, everything that we do, everything we consume, etc., etc. Like, warmth. Where does that come from? There's no fur or anything. Do we just get a bunch of grass on us? A bunch of leaves? Fucking pollination, like keeping the trees alive and such. I am slowly realizing, not slowly, I'm quickly realizing how little I actually know of all other animals contributing to the world. Let me just do an embarrassing Google search. Animals contributing to nature. 22 animals that are good for the earth from mom.com. This sounds like a reliable source.
Oh, yes. Even more reliable than Wikipedia.
It says dogs are good because they can sniff really good. Oh.
They can sniff.
I guess.
What's the point of that?
Dogs sniff out certain at-risk plant and animal species, so research... Wait, is this for, like, more, like, extinction stuff? Not just, like, in the world in general? Oh, wait, no. Beavers. These animals help prevent floods, droughts, and forest fires. Okay.
This sounds like a science website for kindergartners.
The next time you see a beaver, shake its paw and tell it to keep chewing. I don't know if I'd want to shake any animal's paw, like wild animal. That feels... First of all, that's assuming I get close enough to even shake it. I don't know if I'd... I think predators would be the only one to let me do that, and not for the reason that I'd want them to.
No, I don't think that would be working. And second of all, like, I have a feeling if anyone saw a beaver, you know, the first thing that's gonna come through their head is not, I want to go shake their hand. You know, I think it might be, I want to get the fuck out of here, because what if they come up and bite me with those long-ass teeth?
Wait, are you talking about, like, us in terms of predators, or, like...
I mean, just us seeing beavers.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean, they're small. What's the worst they can do? What's the worst a beaver can do? Google search. I want to look for a video where a beaver just eats the fuck out of someone's hand. Because I want to prove myself wrong. I feel like this would be much more entertaining for me to be wrong on. Beaver biting person. Can I get that? Attack of the 80-pound beaver. Oh shit! We got it.
Attack of the 80-pound beaver? Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding.
Dear God.
It's got 1.5 million views on a channel that has 5,000 subscribers called Suburban Wildlife TV.
Jesus.
It was made in 2012, or at least posted on 2012. Oh my god, this guy's fighting the beaver.
Holy fuck! I'm looking that shit up.
He's got like a big... like line that's hooked into the beaver's mouth or something, and he's trying to like drag it around in the water. This is strangely compelling.
Oh my god.
Yep, he's got it on land now and is dragging it over to a cage. Yeah, alright. Point proven. Beavers are pretty dangerous. Check out that video for yourself.
I'll post it in the description.
I don't know, maybe you could have it playing over the parts where I'm talking about it. I skipped through the video a bit, so you might have to cut that up, but it could work.
Oh my god, this is funny.
I'd say this is going a roaring success of a podcast so far.
Yes, it is. It's we've got structure. We've got
intention. We got very good content that is sure to engage millions, billions, quadrillions. There aren't even a quadrillion people on Earth.
If we don't get voted podcast of the year by 2021, I'm gonna think there's something wrong with us.
Well, I mean, undoubtedly there's always been something wrong with us. I don't think we need the lack of a podcast award to tell us this. I mean, we call ourselves three idiots in a room, for God's sake.
Yeah, you're right about that. Oh my god. So many people who try and start a podcast with like this big goal in mind, and we just start a podcast because why not start a podcast?
I mean, I was thinking of starting a podcast about a month ago, but I also had no clue what it would be about. So this is just about probably what I would have done.
It's a podcast about nothing. In the immortal words of George Costanza.
Who the fuck is George Costanza?
Fucking Seinfeld. Have you ever watched an episode of Seinfeld?
Only the one that you showed me that one time. Or was it two? I forget.
If you have, for everyone listening right now, if you haven't seen Seinfeld, watch Seinfeld. Some of the best.
Or die. Those are your only two options, by the way. If you pick option C, you will cease to exist because option C also does not exist.
It's either Seinfeld or nothing.
Literally nothing. Like, all memory of you will be erased from everyone you've ever interacted with. All impact you left on the earth will be reverted. It'll literally be like you never existed.
It's sort of like a Men in Black thing.
Did that happen in Men in Black?
Yeah, they wiped Will Smith's character out of existence from the entire world except for the Men in Black organization.
Really? I did not... Is this the first Men in Black, or...?
The first one. And then in the second one, they had to do the same thing with Tommy Lee Jones because they decided that the first one made enough money to warrant a sequel. So, the sequel to Men in Black was really fucking unnecessary, but they made it anyway. And, it's basically the exact same movie, but instead of Will Smith, it's Tommy Lee Jones doing the same thing that Will Smith did.
So they literally just reached into the recycling bin and then, folded the paper a different way.
Yeah, basically. And, it didn't make a good movie, at all.
I feel like we could put film reviews into part of this whole thing, because us three, we're avid film people for the most part, right? Kind of.
And our fourth contributor, when he finally decides to come on, we're waiting on you, Peyton. Peyton Crandall is going to be on here at some point, and I think he's into some movies as well.
I think that could work then.
Yeah.
So wait, did you always have Peyton in mind for also joining this? Because this is the first time I'm hearing that.
Yes. What it was supposed to be originally was you, me, and Peyton, but then he said he wasn't really interested when this COVID shit started. So I invited, Mitch in, and he said yeah, when we were at Perkins.
Yep.
So, and then Peyton and I were talking about it. He said he was interested again. I just forgot to tell you. So,
alright.
That worked. But I don't know how much he's going to be on. He works a lot.
Oh, what's his job?
Subway.
Subway, eat
Yeah.
fresh. Wait, so did he like the same job you worked at? Yeah.
Yeah, he started there because I started there actually, and then I quit because they weren't giving me any hours. He stayed there. I don't know why, because it's fucking bullshit over there. And I went to Hardee's for about 9 months, worst 9 months of my life. Then I went back to Subway for a short while. Now I'm at Dairy Queen.
Pro tip to most people, don't get a job in fast food if you can like avoid it. I personally have always avoided fast food jobs. I've only worked at like, retail stuff. I just think that the attitudes of people at fast food shit are the worst most of the time. Well, from managers and stuff.
I don't know. Dairy Queen is alright. Like, there are some pretty good managers there. I hang out with some of the guys from Dairy Queen after work.
Alright, your Dairy Queen is probably good. But
Yeah.
what about the Dairy Queen over here? What about the Dairy Queen in Salt Lake City, Utah? What about the Dairy Queen on Mars? Those Martians, man, they're real assholes, from what I've heard.
Wow, is that racist? Are you being racist towards the Martians there?
Hey, it's not racist if they're on a different planet. Just saying.
Fair enough.
Is that actually applicable? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's gonna be an issue in the future, isn't it? Space racism.
I think so. God damn it.
Wait, is there already a word for that? I think it's xenophobia.
That's it. Xenophobia. I've heard of that. Yeah. It's like where you're.
Xenophobia is like or prejudice against people from other countries. So yeah, I think that could apply to planets once, Mars gets colonized or we find an alien species somewhere.
Mhm.
That's as if we didn't have enough discrimination already.
Dear God. Because have you seen that Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man? Like,
Gonna be honest, I have seen only like 2 Twilight Zone episodes, I think.
okay, so in that one, these aliens from like a very advanced civilization come down and say that they can basically help man find world peace, and they really do. And then they start inviting them onto the ship. There's this like book that they just left there, and they're trying to figure it out. The title is To Serve Man, and at the end of the episode, the twist is that the book To Serve Man is actually a cookbook.
Oh my god, alright.
It's like, I mean, sorry for the spoiler there, but it's like one of the best twist endings ever.
Yeah, I like that idea. Huh.
Yeah, so now, like, the secret's out and everyone on Earth is gonna be eaten. It's a really creepy one, but it's really good.
I really need to sit down and watch a lot more of the classic shit. Like Seinfeld and Twilight Zone and Mamma Mia Pizzeria.
Oh, come on, not Mamma Mia. Fuck Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, there I go again. Bye bye. How could I got the lyrics all fucked up, didn't I?
Me too. I like the ABBA songs, but the movie is awful. Like, I was forced to sit through it, and I fucking hated it.
I forgot that Mamma Mia was an actual movie, I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
Now I'm looking it up. I'm gonna be Googling a lot of stuff, I think. Just overall.
Yeah. It was a Meryl Streep movie with, like,
Okay.
Peter Bronson, I think.
Based on the musical. Okay.
Yeah, it was like a musical that ABBA made, and then they made it into a movie. It was weird.
Alright, what's your opinion on musicals?
Ah, fuck. This is gonna be controversial. My opinion on musicals is I think they really hit a stride, like, from around the time Sound of Music was written to mid to late 2000s. And a lot of the musicals that came out in the 2010s, excluding like Hamilton and Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, are like overused, overplayed. They're not very good, and people that like them only like them because they have the word Broadway slapped on them. That's my opinion on it.
Okay. How many musicals have you seen like on the stage as opposed to films of them, like film remakes?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of musicals on stage, usually at the Orpheum Theater in Minnesota. That's a great theater. But like a lot of the ones I've seen besides Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder were written in the 90s and before then. So like I saw the Lion King musical, I saw the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella, I saw the Little Mermaid musical from the 80s. I saw Beauty and the Beast live. A lot of Disney ones, but yeah, I've seen a few others. I think, trying to remember. I saw Shrek the Musical on stage. That was awful.
Did you guys ever put that on in the high school play? Because I know that was the high school musical for last year, right?
Yeah, I saw that when we did it in high school, but I actually saw it live, like with the original Broadway cast.
Oh my god.
In Minnesota.
How lucky you are.
Oh my god, those tickets were so wasted. I've seen a few like live musical concerts of like movies. I saw Fantasia live on stage. So like the Disney movie.
Yeah.
And then I think I saw Ratatouille once on like that sort of thing. And then I've seen Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder twice.
Okay.
How about you?
Well, I don't have that much of an issue with musicals. I was thinking you would answer more of like, do you like them or not? Not more specifically. You clearly know more musicals than I do. I'm just gonna say that flat out. I have not watched that many, but from the ones I have seen, I genuinely think that most musicals are better on the stage as opposed to being adapted into a film. There are some that work really well when they jump over the film, but I think for the most part, they should stick to the stage. Yeah, I guess that's my opinion on it. I like them. My roommate, Zach, he abhors musicals for the basic reason that it's not realistic for everyone to suddenly get up and sing in unison. And I sat there and I was like, you know that it's just part of the genre, right? Like it's a fictional part of expressing people's emotions or the general vibe or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
I just don't think he likes the singing aspect in movies. I think he has more
Probably
different view of film, but
one movie musical that I really enjoy, I think, I did say it, The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my favorite movies. The one with Julie Andrews.
I have not seen that one either.
Okay, that's one for your watch list.
I feel like my watch list is pretty damn long as far as like classics that I have not seen. I am a film student, and yet I have not watched a lot of the films that most people think are necessary for film students to see. So, my excuse for that is that I'm a student and I'm learning for a reason, but that excuse ain't gonna hold up in another like 2 years, so.
Right. I know what you mean. Like, there's a lot of movies that, I've heard so much about that I want to see, but I haven't yet. Like, I really want to see Lawrence of Arabia and Dr. Zhivago. But I haven't seen them, even though they're supposed to be such good movies.
Dr. Zhivago?
What?
What was the second one? Doctor who?
Dr. Zhivago.
Zhivago. How
Yeah.
do you spell that?
I think it's Zhivago.
Oh, okay. I was starting off with a G, so I was gonna be wrong no matter what. Wait, have I heard of this one?
You probably have. It's like a famous movie.
I have heard of this one. Here I was thinking I didn't know what the hell this was.
I was gonna say if you didn't, that it's kind of weird for a film student.
I'm very weird for a film student in general, but we're just gonna ignore that. I go against the grain.
I'm very weird for a student in general.
We are weird people in general.
Yes, we are. That's why we call ourselves the idiots in the room.
But we're in like 2 rooms right now. We're not even in the same room.
That's what makes it idiotic.
Alright. Sweet.
Well, what do you think? Can we get this out to an hour?
Well, considering we have T minus X amount of time left, I can't count.
19 minutes.
There we go. He's on the ball. What can we fill with 19 minutes? I was, at the start of this, I had Google searched improv games, because I was thinking we could, like, run an improv thing at some point, see how that went. I thought there would be 3 of us, though, so I'm not sure how well 2-person could... We could still try and find something.
Probably.
If you know of any that come into your head as well, we could do that as well.
Okay. Yeah, I can't really think of anything on the spot here. I think we should probably have meetings like before we do this if we're gonna do it like weekly.
Okay, CD shop. This improv game, the setting is a CD shop. One player is the salesperson and the other is a client. Audience suggestion is someone to buy a present for or an occasion to buy a present. For example, graduating medical school. The buyer is looking for an appropriate CD to buy for this person or occasion. Okay, wait. How many CDs do we actually know? I feel like we need to clarify that first before we jump into this too much.
What do you mean, how many do we know?
Like, albums, I guess. How many album titles and such do we know?
Ooh, this actually could be an interesting feature. I mean, I'm gonna rattle off all the albums that I can remember from memory, just quick.
Alright, here he goes.
Alright, let's start out with something easy, the Beatles. We got number 1, Please Please Me. Number 2, With the Beatles. Number 3, Beatles for Sale. Number 4, Revolver. Number 5, Magical Mystery Tour. Number 6, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Number 7, Abbey Road. Number 8, The White Album. Number 9, Let It Be. Number 10, Fuck My Ass.
That's a weird one. I feel like they really went off the rails with naming that one.
Shit. Alright, I can't think of any more Beatles ones right now. Let me think of Pink Floyd for a minute. I know they have 16 albums, so this shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Number 1, Dark Side of the Moon. Number 2, Animals. Number 3, Ummagumma. Number 4, Adam Heartmother. Number 5, Wish You Were Here. Number 6, God damn it.
Says 16 isn't hard when he didn't even get all 10 of the last one. And then fizzes out on 6.
Let me start over
sense
here.
some arrogance here, folks.
Let
What
me
does the
start-
audience think, huh?
Let me start over, okay? With Pink Floyd. Number 1, A Momentary Lapse of Reason. Number 2, Division Bell. Number 3, The Wall. Number 4, The Final Cut. Number 5, Wish You Were Here. Number 6, Animals. Number 7, Dark Side of the Moon. Number 8, Atom Heart Mother. Number 9, Obscured by Clouds. Number 10, More. Number 11, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn. Number 12, A Saucer Full of Secrets. Number 13, Amagama. Number 14, Metal. Number 15, The Endless River. And number 16, I cannot remember. Number 16, God fucking damn it! That was so close.
Falls short just once again. But I think he's proven he knows a lot more about CDs than I do. So, I don't know. Maybe we do that one. I'm gonna see what other, if there's any other.
No, I already said that one. Did I say A Saucer Full of Secrets? Because if not, that's the one.
Yes, you did say that already.
God damn it.
I think that was like 13 or something.
Went sort of out of order there.
Okay. All right. I do have an improv game that could work.
Okay.
It's like Day in the Life is what it's called. We're not going to be doing it exactly how it says here, but basically, I interview you about an average day for you, but you're like maybe your average day is really ridiculous, but you have a mundane job that like kind of covers this fact.
Okay.
So, if you can think of like something that would seem initially mundane or like average, and we're like interviewing you to see like what this job is about, and you come up with some really radically crazy shit, and I'll interview you about this.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay, what is your job?
My job is a lawyer.
All right, lawyer it is. All right, I need to get a little water before I do this.
A little water.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Okay. I'm trying to get a good news anchor voice. Maybe my regular voice is fine. I don't need to get eccentric about this.
We didn't really put on voices for It's the Arts, and that was supposed to be classy, so...
Yeah, whatever. Alright. Hello, I am here today to interview Mr. Janky. Mr. Janky is a lawyer at the head of his own law firm, Jank-a-Wank. Mr. Janky, do you mind telling us a bit of what you do in an average day of your work?
Yes. So usually my day starts out pretty boring. I go into work, and my assistant, Dorothy is such a nice assistant. I mean, he's really a very kind and sophisticated person. Though it's weird, he always wears his panties on his head, and that's kind of odd, I guess, but I don't know, I'm not him. So then I go into my office, and I have to listen to the 72 million messages that are left about my lawsuits. Not the ones that I'm handling, but the ones that I am given because I lost people's cases.
Wait, are you saying there are people who make lawsuits against you for losing their cases in court?
Yeah, it happens all the time. I don't know why.
How high is your success rate, sir?
Let's think. I have been a lawyer for 25 years. I've been getting a lawsuit every single day since my second week. So I would say my success rate is 10 to 1.
10 to 1?
Yes.
Well, sure is a higher rate than my success rate with women. Speaking of woman, there have been accusations on the street, specifically 19th Street South. It's like 3 blocks away from here. One bloke said to me as I was passing by on the way to this interview that apparently you've been cheating on your wife with Dorothy. What is your response to that?
Yeah, it's sort of a rumor. Basically, my wife walked in on me fucking her from behind with a strap-on dildo, and now she wants a divorce. I don't know why, though. I mean, it was just a strap-on dildo, so my dick never touched his ass. So
how does a man wear a strap-on dildo?
I mean, it was hollow.
So it was like a glorified condom.
Yeah, it was a glorified condom. Just a lot.
Except you felt nothing.
What?
Except you felt nothing as you. Okay. I
Well,
don't know why
usually
anyone would
what I have
invent
sex with
this.
my wife, so.
Where did you buy this? A hollowed out dildo strap. I can't believe this direction the interview is taking.
Well, let's just say that dark web is a very interesting place once you get to be searching around.
The dark web. Ooh.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your experience on the dark web.
Well, originally I went on there for meth and the dealing of, like, horse cocks. But eventually I found out that, you can find out so much with sex on there. It's kind of amazing. As long as you don't get into the stuff that's under, the age of consent, you're pretty much fine. Because nobody really cares. The police don't care, really. I should know, I'm a lawyer.
Have you ever won a case that you've had to... You say you get lawsuits a lot, right?
Yes.
How many of these lawsuits do you lose?
I've been in debt for a long time, so I lose about 90,000 out of the 70,000 that are given to me every day.
All right. Sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on Malta?
On Malta?
Yeah, Malta.
What the fuck is Malta?
Oh my god, so that's your opinion. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to report that quite sternly. The people of Malta will send their regards.
Is Malta some sort of ice cream malt that I just haven't heard of?
Alright, in seriousness, it's a country off the coast of Europe.
I know what it is.
Well, then why are you saying what the fuck it is, good sir?
Because I thought we were supposed to be in fucking character.
Well,
that's what I thought we were supposed to be in.
Maybe the character was us all along.
Maybe. I think we're in a time paradox or something like that.
A time paradox? How does that... What? Did you kill your grandfather during this podcast?
I mean, maybe. Maybe.
How are we still here?
I don't know. I think it's a time paradox mostly because we were only planning to go for 30 minutes and it's almost an hour now.
No, we were originally planning an hour, weren't we?
Oh yeah, we were. But then we changed it to 30 minutes, like 20 minutes in.
That's nice.
This podcast is so well thought out.
Yes, we have definitely... I think we're reaching our limits here. I don't know where else to go with this. I could pull out another improv game, but I don't trust myself to break character again.
I think we basically spent for this episode this week. So I think, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for this episode of Idiots in a Room. Thank you for joining us. I want to remind you that you're watching on the Real Official Cafe. Please like this video if you like it, dislike if you hate it. I don't really give a shit. And subscribe to the channel so you never miss an episode of this. My name is Chris Janke, and say your name.
Oh, what? Oh,
Say your name.
my name is First Last Nameson.
And this has been Idiots in a Room. I'll see you guys next time, and remember, go fuck my ass.